I love ugly stuff. I've already covered the ugliest houses in Stockholm, the ugliest places in Stockholm, but today I have something special. I'm visiting Borlänge, the ugliest town in Sweden. Borlänge is located in Dalarna, which is often seen as Sweden's most picturesque county. Dalarna is filled with beautiful nature and lovely scenery, and you know these little red cottages? Those can be found all over the place here in Dalarna specifically. The county of Dalarna is also filled with mines, and it's a very historically important place in Sweden. So maybe that's why people are so upset about Borlänge. It's an ugly little town in the middle of such a beautiful and historically important place. Look at the blank, soulless eyes on that horse. He probably regrets living in Borlänge. So how did people decide that Borlänge was the ugliest town in Sweden? Well, in 2020, an association called the Architect Uprising called for a vote on social media, and Borlänge won by a big margin above number 2, which was Västerås. The vote focused on the town centers themselves, and the reason for that is that Sweden used to be filled with lovely little towns, filled with beautiful architecture, but then in the 60s, everything started to be torn down. Centuries-old buildings were replaced by tons of these concrete boxes for some reason. This square, Sveatorget, the Svea Square, seems to make people extra upset. They don't really seem to appreciate the black and yellow box-like aesthetic. Personally, I've seen worse in Stockholm. Let's see if I can dig up a picture of this square from the early 1900s for a comparison. Quite a difference. Apparently, people are also blaming a shopping mall called Kupolen that was built outside of the town center. I guess it drew customers away, and then there's less incentive to make the town center prettier. So there's a lot of ugliness in Borlänge, and a lot of it comes from the 60s, but it doesn't really stop there. The local municipality has presented new construction projects that are inspired by the 60s aesthetic. So more concrete boxes. It doesn't really seem like the ugliness in Borlänge will end anytime soon. But I have to mention that local politicians are actually defending the ugliness here. They say that Borlänge is a young town that has grown rapidly, and they aren't really focusing on the town to be beautiful. They want it to be functional and pleasant instead. I quote the local politicians when I say, "It's better to be ugly and pleasant than good-looking and boring. It's the inside that counts." A sentiment I fully approve of for obvious reasons. On another positive note, local politicians also point out that Borlänge has long been viewed as a very modern town. Textile companies have used Borlänge as a proving ground for new fabrics, and in 1996 Borlänge was the town in Sweden with the most roundabouts. Are you impressed? I'm not really impressed. But who knows, maybe this is a very pleasant place to live in, and maybe Borlänge is a really forward-looking modern town. It's still a pretty damn ugly place, no matter how you dress it up. I hope you enjoyed this little look at Sweden's ugliest town. So like and subscribe, but most importantly, have a great day.